Hey guys, how's it going? It's Danconia, and welcome back to your Watch League Roundup. Win conditions, Toronto Defiant edition. So, if Toronto had a few more wins on the board, I'd be saying this is a very, very winnable stage for the Toronto Defiant. But they don't. So they're currently sticking around that 18th place with a 7-14 record and a -22 map differential. They are one win behind the pack of the Boston, Paris, Houston and Los Angeles Valiant. And that could make all the difference when it comes to the end of this stage and the battle for the play-ins. So we look at Toronto's stage. They will kick off the stage against the Washington Justice. Well, I'm not going to beat around the bush. You're going to have to 4-0 the Washington Justice and sweep them aside like some leaves on the ground with a brush. Yeah, it's just going to be like that. Then you have to go up against London. That's not going to be easy. That's not going to be easy. No. You have to expect Defiant to lose that one, and that puts them in a bad position already. Then, their week 2 consists of the Shanghai Dragons and the Philadelphia Fusion. I don't see Toronto beating either of those. Unless they've got something really interesting to show us in a new 222 DPS meta. You do have Magnitude and Logics now, but I don't see them being able to do it. And it's unfortunate, but I think that's 3 losses on the board. And the problem is, when you've lost to London, Shanghai and Philadelphia, you're basically already out in the position that Toronto are in. Because they need a 2 wins a swing at least to get into those play-ins. And you're not going to get it if you lose to all 3 of those teams. In week 3, they will play the Florida Mayhem. Again, just like the Washington Justice. Get a brush, see those leaves on the ground called Florida Mayhem, brush them aside 4-0, thank you very much. Then you have to play the Seoul Dynasty. Oh dear. So that's 4 losses on the board. Week 4, you play the Florida Mayhem again. Well, I don't need to repeat myself. Same as before. Sweep them aside. 4-0. So, they have a very contrasting stage 4. You've got 3 games where you can sweep teams aside 4-0 and get yourselves in a decent position. That's a 12 map differential swing. That's very good. That's 3 wins on the board. But the problem is you're going to have to pick up wins elsewhere. So you're going to have to beat Seoul or Philadelphia or Shanghai or London. All of which have a lot to play for. A lot to play for. So ultimately, when I'm looking at this schedule, I'm thinking, has this Toronto squad got the quality to nick a win off of the Fusion, Shanghai, Seoul, or London? Ideally 2 wins. I don't think they can beat London. I don't think they can beat Shanghai. Fusion and Seoul, there is a window of possible upsets, but I think it's unlikely. So you're looking at the Toronto Defiant having a 3 and 4 stage. That will not get you to the play-ins. Far from it. It's not looking good for Toronto. I can't put it any other way. I really can't. They lost to Atlanta in Atlanta. Yeah, you kind of expect that. But you have to look at other games. They got 4-0'd by Guangzhou in Stage 3. They got 3-1'd by Houston in Stage 3. They got 3-1'd by Paris Eternal in Stage 3. These are losses that are going to cost you in the long term. So that's why you cannot put your focus on Stage 4. You have to pick up the wins earlier in the season to keep yourself ticking over. This is what teams above them, like Chengdu, Guangzhou, Valiant, Houston, even Paris and Boston, they've done that. They've ticked over. And they're in a position where, in Stage 4, they can make up the ground. For Toronto, because of the schedule, I think it's too little too late. I don't think we will see the Toronto Defiant in the play-ins. So that means we won't see them in the playoffs. I think Toronto Defiant season ends at the end of Stage 4. Because I don't think they can pick up the wins they'd need to get over the likes of Seoul, London, Shanghai and Philadelphia. All of which will have a lot to play for in Stage 4. And they are not easy teams to play at the best of times, especially for a team like Toronto Defiant. So, I hate to be doom and gloom, but it's not looking easy. If I'm surprised, and we get a surprise from Toronto Defiant, and, you know, this new look Defiant DPS lineup pops off in Stage 4, then yes, I would be happy to eat my words. But I got to work with what's in front of me, and what's in front of me right now for Toronto Defiant is not brilliant. But hey, it could be worse. The next two will be the Washington Justice and the Florida Mayhem. Don't expect them to be very long, because if I'm talking like this for the Toronto Defiant, what do you want me to say for Washington and Florida? But I'm going to leave that until the other videos, because there's been enough doom and gloom for Defiant. It's doable for Toronto, but we'd have to see some big upsets, and I don't think it's likely. But for now, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, give it a like, subscribe if you're new, and I will see you in the next video. See you then!